Hello and welcome back to a new episode in our Worst Weapons run of Ultimate General Civil War, and today we are going to fight the Battle of Cold Harbor. We are going to bring 4 corps into this battle, and our soldiers are organized as follows. Within our first corps we have the strong brigades under Ferrero and Barry, as well as Hazen and Price. We have the Lawrence, we have Field, who has the MJ&G Type 2, and we have our reboard farmers. Otherwise, we have Caldwell and Hoke, who are armed with the M1841 Mississippi, and after that every other infantry brigade has the Palmetto M1842. This corps gets support by a unit of Hunter Snipers as well by a unit of Sharp Snipers, and we were also able to upgrade one of our batteries to 12-pounder Napoleons. We are also going to bring 2 more batteries of 6-pounder field guns and 1 battery of 12-pounder howitzers, as well as 4 batteries of 10-pounder ordnances. In our second corps we have Garfield with the Lawrence, we have Braxton with the Tyler Texas, and after that everyone has the Palmetto M1842 until we reach the brigade of Kitching. After that everyone has the Springfield M1842. This corps also gets support by a unit of Hunter Snipers and Sharps Snipers. We are bringing 6 batteries of 6-pounder field guns, we are also going to bring 2 batteries of 12-pounder howitzers, and as usual 4 batteries of 10-pounder ordnances. And in our third corps the majority of our men are armed with the Springfield M1842. The only exception are our farmers. This corps does not bring any sniper support, and it is also bringing 2 batteries of 6-pounder field guns, 2 batteries of 12-pounder howitzers, and 4 batteries of 10-pounder ordnances. Many of those batteries were freshly recruited. And in our fourth corps we have Garfield and Tobbert, who field the M1841 Mississippi. We have Hoffman and Penrose with the Palmetto M1842, and the rest has the standard Springfield M1842. We are also going to field our Sharps skirmishers, and we are also going to bring 2 cavalry units armed with the Sword Off, 1 with the Cook and Brother Musketoon, and 1 with the Sharps. A look into our army reveals that we have used up every weapon until we reach the Tyler Texas. We have also used up all of the available Hunters, and all of the available Sword Offs and Cook and Brothers. Within our artillery we were able to use up all of the available 6-pounders. And our career point from the last battle was invested into economy. And as you can see here, we can expect that the Confederate army is between 45 to 50,000 men strong in total, but thanks to our previous victories, the enemy army size is going to be reduced by roughly 15%. However, in this first day of fighting, the Confederates are only able to field 11,900 soldiers and 26 guns. We are going to open up the attack on our left flank with our first corps, and on our right flank with our second corps, bringing us up to 62,100 soldiers and 320 artillery pieces. Tomorrow our third corps and our fourth corps are going to reinforce, bringing us up to in total 108,800 soldiers and 478 guns. Our army is shifting, trying to swing Lee's right flank. We are already building trenches near Bethesda Church. Up to this section. We have captured Old Cold Harbor Crossroads, and now from this position we are threatening to advance to Richmond. Our infantry detachments are currently building breastworks to secure our new attack base. The rebels have responded by maneuvering their forces to defend New Cold Harbor Road, and have entrenched further northeast. Their breastworks extend to Walnut Grove Road. Up to Old Church Road, blocking all main roads to Richmond. We have to assault and break their defenses. Our corps detachment control Old Cold Harbor Road Junction and have prepared breastworks to defend it. The Confederates are mobilizing for an attack with their infantry. They have entrenched the other side of the road and we could counterattack to storm their defenses. But we are now under strength. We must hold our position until our reinforcements arrive. The battle can begin and our men are organized as follows. Skirmishers are going to hold our northern section. Hazen is going to hold the position down here. Field is not going to be ordered into defensive ground because this L-shaped structure could, I presume, easily allow him to get outflanked. Instead, he is going to simply hold this wheat field. Ferrero is going to be pushed down to hold this objective. Momentarily, I want him on this defensive ground, but I guess eventually we have to fall back to this position. This should hopefully allow us to flank the enemy and to inflict massive casualties. Over here, Barry's skirmishers are going to extend our flank and Barry himself is going to hold this ground. We could, of course, push our entire line forward, try to hold this position and this position, but I think this would weaken our overall line. We can see that the Confederates field roughly 7,000 soldiers, while we have roughly 9,000 soldiers, but I guess they're going to receive reinforcements a lot quicker than us. These 12 pounders for the moment are not allowed to fire, and Field himself has to hold his ground. And now we can only wait until the rebels reach us. Martin is the first one in contact with 800 soldiers. There we can see Humphrey with 790 men approaching. And even though Ferrero doesn't have a clear sight on the enemy, he is unleashing hell. Kite has reached the position with over 900 men. I wonder if we should send Barry's skirmishers out to make sure they are not getting outflanked. And our 12 pounders are now allowed to open fire. But if possible, I want them on Klingman. Field, I'm going to rush you forward so that we can maximize our effect on Klingman. We can see Fitzboo's cavalry on the field. They are about to outflank us, meaning that soon Ferrero might have to fall back, but maybe Barry's men make it in time. Field is going to open up on Klingman. Move up over here. Yes, Klingman is opening his flank. This is very good for us. Field should now be in range. Hold your ground and open fire. Barry's skirmishers have almost made it. We have Barry's main force as our rear guard. We are going to open up on the flank of Beaufort, trying to harass them. Come on, skirmishers, make it quick. Yes, a couple quick casualties. Nothing decisive, but it is definitely going to help. We can see that Colquitt is opening up as well. This should hopefully turn his flank. And we can see that Field has to focus his attention on Bryn. Hazen also on Bryn. 6 pounders open up on Bryn as well. Ferrero opening up on Colquitt. Let's get our general down to make sure that these soldiers are well supported. Barry's skirmishers are holding remarkably well for the moment. Let's just hope Field can withstand the pressure. Oh, Hazen, stay in position. Well, if you want to leave your position, just make sure that you're hitting Bryn's flank. A very good and quick volley. Now, let's get Field back. He has opened up his flank. He can easily be routed. Yeah, he is running for the moment. Let's make sure these 12 pounders open up on Colquitt. For now, we are holding remarkably well, but I guess cavalry under Wickham is on the process of outflanking us. Let's get Barry over here. Oh well, better let's keep Barry where he is. Hazen should be strong enough to deal with Humphrey's approaching forces, and then Field should be back on the battlefield. Ferro took out 300 enemies, took only 48 casualties. And Field is back in action. Let's get him down here. Let's hope his morale recovers quick enough. Our general is in the area. This should definitely help. Hazen, I want you on the double. Try to get onto the rear of Humphreys. Barry skirmishers, try to focus your fire on Wickham whenever you can. Humphreys is running. Hazen, you're going to push down the line. Or not, you have to unfortunately deal with the charging Klingman and Colquitt. Field is coming up. This should allow us to annihilate their flank. 12 pounders open up on the flank of Klingman. Hazen's morale is in the best condition that it can be. And I don't think we are going to get any danger from the north, so let's get these skirmishers further on this side, and then we can push them down on these defenses. We can see that Klingman is falling back. He is down to 500 soldiers. Very good. Hazen's men are still in good condition. Barry, can you focus on Wickham? Well, I don't think so. You take too long to reload. These 12 runners can shift down on Martin. Field can push up. Hazen can stay for a while longer to deal with Klingman. Now we are pushing down ourselves. We have to be careful. Humphreys is coming up. There could be more enemies over here. Let's get Ferrero skirmishers forward so that we get a better idea of the situation. Hazen is preparing to deal with Humphreys. Field on the double to deal with Martin. We can see that Kite is shifting north. Enemy cavalry is once again attacking Barry, but Barry's men are holding remarkably well. Let's get Hazen's skirmishers down. And Field is about to open up on the flank of Martin. Colquitt is coming up down here. It looks like they want to break this flank. It is our weakest. And for the moment, I still do not want to send Barry into the mix. We can see that Martin is getting shot to bits. Our 12 pounders are doing an amazing job. Kite is coming up with his 900 soldiers. And we can see that Klingman is also marching north. Martin should be repelled any minute now. 12 pounders open up on Kite. And I think it is about time that we send Barry out of his line. Hazen is taking a few casualties, but nothing groundbreaking. We have a road to make sure we are not getting surprised in the north. And if we are able to deal with Kite before he gets into action, this would be a massive success for us. Hazen has problems, but help is on the way. So far it doesn't look like Kite has reached his position. Now he's getting ready, but his flank is exposed. His unit is simply melting. We can hear a charge, but we can't see any. There, it is Martin that is trying to charge. Just in time for Barry to overtake the position of his skirmish line. And to make sure that Martin is not going to break through. I need Barry to open up on Martin himself. Over here our skirmishers can take over these positions. Kite is about to fall back. Over here Hazen needs to fall back. He is getting outflanked. I want these boys back onto their original positions. This way we should have the best amount of protection. 12 runners deal with the charging Humphreys. And Field, make it on the double quick. Down here, our soldiers are unfortunately in the melee, but Lomax is taking casualties. He should not be able to break through. Yeah, he is routed. Martin is down to 300 soldiers. Can we get Ferrero to focus fire on Humphrey? Come on, boys, you should be able to reach him. This way we should hopefully break his flank before he can reach us. Maximizing casualties, limiting our own losses. Ferrero skirmishers are going to push down on Terry, and it looks like we did the right decision. More forces are now coming in. Barry, can you support your skirmishers? We have Wolfert over here. I still think that Barry's men can hold. Their morale is still extremely good. In the north we have routed Terry. These skirmishers need to get back onto their original positions, and we just need to hold a little while longer. We are getting reinforcements. I want our hunters and our sharps over here. They might be able to do something from behind our own front lines. We can see that Wickham's boys are coming up, and we are getting reinforcements, and we can order Kite to open up. We can order Barry to open up on Kite. Over here we can see that an enemy unit broke. Come on, open up on his flank. Very nice volley. Kite is already wavering. Let's order Barry to shift his attention. And our reinforcements have been organized. I'm sending a strong force over here. Maybe we are able to counterattack the enemy. We only have 20 minutes. I don't think this is going to be enough. But we are definitely going to find out. Hazen, you're going to get out of your fortifications. The same goes with Field. We can destroy this unit relatively easily. We can see that the enemy strength is beginning to break down. They have 7,100 soldiers left, so they must have strong contingents holding this. But maybe we are able to achieve a small miracle. Let's get these skirmishers under field forward and Ferrero skirmishers forward as well to figure out what they have over here. And let's order these boys to move on the double quick. We have artillery that is coming in that should help us in the attack. Barry, can you silence Wickham? Down here, Wolford is still on the field. I would like to get Hazen's skirmishers out, but unfortunately the enemy cavalry would be a problem. Wickham's cavalry is destroyed for good though. And I want Fierce boys closer to Killingham. We have the Lorenz, we have a good weapon to deal exceptional amounts of melee damage. We have Ferrero skirmishers supporting the attack of Hazen on course. We can see that Terry is in fortifications, Hunton is in fortifications. But I guess if we are quick, we should be able to overrun them. Down here, can these skirmishers get on Wolford? It does not look like it. So let's make sure they leave their fortifications for a short minute and deal with them. Sharps, you're going to get on this position. We can see that this unit broke. Field, you're going to push forward onto the enemy flank. I want Field's skirmishers to scout ahead. Law skirmishers, you are also going to scout ahead. Maybe this position is open. And we are now informed that our right flank is under attack. The Confederates are now going to try to break our right flank with 13,100 soldiers and 37 artillery pieces. Unfortunately, I do not know how many soldiers we are going to have immediately on the battlefield. The Confederates hold the passage to Old Church Road, and if we secure it, we could drive them away from the battlefield today. Our temporary fortifications at the woods near Magnolia Swamp are being targeted by the enemy. We are going to abandon these positions soon because the Confederates are becoming too strong in the area. We are guarding this section of Shady Grove Road with a few brigades to delay the Confederate advance. Our reinforcements arriving from the northwest will take up positions at Bethesda Church and begin fortifying in the next hours. General, be cautious trying to inflict casualties onto the enemy. We cannot afford too many losses before our main attack. For now, I do not really know what to expect. We can see that the Confederates have strong artillery over here. Maybe we can send scale skirmishers out to quickly deliver a hit on the Confederate artillery, but I'm sure they're going to get infantry to hold those breastworks. We're going to get Toon's forces over here to hold this central position, and up to this point I'm withdrawing our 6-pounders over here and our 10-pounders behind our breastworks. Garfield, together with his skirmishers and Stark skirmishers, are trying to hold this ground though. We're going to leave Braxton's skirmishers also over on this section to give us some more meat, while Braxton himself is trying to prop up our front line. Scale skirmishers can immediately reattach, or better, run away through our lines. There is no way in hell that we can break through here easily. Good that Toon is in the area. Scale skirmishers are already routed. I shouldn't have ordered this attack. And from how it is looking at the moment, I think it would be wiser to get Braxton and Stark out of fortifications, so that we can guard this area more effectively. 6 pounders open up on Evans. These 10 pounders can for the moment hang back. I hope the Confederates are not going to attack over this ground. Garfield, hold your ground. And Stark, you're going to get out of cover. Braxton is in the area. We should still have good fortifications in the woods. And it looks like the attack down here didn't materialize from the Confederates. Braxton is setting up, York is coming up, Stark on the double. The boys under Scales should be able to flank York. York should not be able to break through. Stark, now hold your ground. 6 pounders, focus on Evans. 10 pounders open on Bennett. Braxton's boys get forward. 6 pounders open up on Bennett. Garfield, rush forward and protect our 6 pounders. Come on. This should be a perfect position to slaughter these 600 soldiers. Yes, these boys are taking casualties, but our 6 pounders have been reached. We are going to take some more casualties. Bennett is now shifting away from our 6 pounders. They are exposing their flank to Garfield, who is now going to punch that severely. There is Bennett routing. Let's get these 10 pounders forward slightly so that we have a good flanking position. Down here skirmishers are trying to push. We should be able to hold that back relatively easily. And the Confederates have received reinforcements. Evans is falling back. Let's get Garfield back in cover. Braxton is also going to be ordered to hold. Let's get his skirmishers forward so that we can help on Terry. But I'm afraid I'm not able to send Garfield down. We do not know when they get reinforcements, but I assume they're going to come from here. Meaning if we push forward with Garfield, he is going to be outflanked and easily destroyed. But we can get Stark forward on Terry. We can see that battle is there with 700 soldiers. 10 pounders open up on his flank, or better still, stay on Terry. You had chosen the right target to begin with. Scales is taking casualties, his morale is still looking good. Unfortunately, we do not have any supplies. Enemy skirmishers down here are suffering. And if the unit under Lewis wouldn't be there and these artillery pieces, we could sweep through the lines. But I doubt that this is going to be possible. Let's get kite skirmishers out. Maybe, no, they have people on those breastworks. It would be far too costly to break through. We could maybe do it, but I'm not convinced that this would work. Can we get these 6 pounders behind our lines? Oh well, let's order these 6 pounders to stay. Let's order these 10 pounders forward so that we can have a better clearing on this front line. Scales is getting heavily targeted. Let's get his skirmishers to reattach. Finally, they have recovered their morale. And I'm surprised to see that Terry is still on the battlefield. Stark is apparently blocked by skirmishers from Braxton himself. Let's get them back a little bit so that Stark can open up more effectively. Warriors Corps outnumbered and we must secure our defensive ground. It looks like they might come from down here. But I can't tell for sure yet. Stark is now in a melee. Let's get these artillery pieces to action. Let's get Braxton skirmishers to action. We should be able to hold here. We can see some more enemy supplies are coming up. We are bleeding the enemy dry over here. Scales unfortunately took a lot of casualties. This is not making our life easier. I'm going to get 2 skirmishers out to help with the attack on Davies. Stark needs to hold out. He is now in the rear of Terry. If we are able to open up, we should be able to drive away a lot of enemy soldiers with relative ease. 10 pounders set up. I wanted you to open fire, not to move closer to the enemy. Yes, there he is falling back, just as I wanted to order a charge, but we're not going to hunt the enemy through those thick woods. Braxton skirmishers, you need to hold Stark's flank. And Stark, you yourself should now be able to move up on Grimes. Yes, I know you are blocked by the retreating Terry. It does not matter. Just open up and shoot him. No, actually, what are you blocked by? He is right there. Down here, Toon skirmishers need to fall back. They can reattach. We have multiple enemy forces over here. Kite is under heavy pressure. Let's get Page skirmishers out so that Page himself can focus on the defense. His skirmishers are going to take the defensive positions. And we're going to get Page closer to the flank of Kirkland. Page has the Palmetto, not the best weapon, but a relatively decent one. Toon skirmishers have been repelled momentarily, but nothing terrible has happened so far. Let's get the 6-pounders closer. And Stark, as soon as he has given up another volley on Grimes, can fall back. Grimes is routing, but I want to make sure that Braxton can also join the fight. Garfield can for the moment stay out of the battle. He is a good and experienced unit, and I want these men to stay fresh for the upcoming battles. And we are now receiving reinforcements. I don't really believe that we are in any kind of danger from in the south, so let's order our soldiers forward. Maybe we are able to push back the enemy over here. And even if this doesn't work, we are at least able to bleed the enemy drier and drier. Kirkland just took a massive volley. Kite is still in good positions. Toon skirmishers can reattach. They have regathered their ground. Only Scales took significant casualties. And as it looks like the Confederate morale broke, we are going to send Braxton and Stark on the double to attack Terry and to swing down these lines. Unfortunately, we are getting some resistance, but nothing that shouldn't be able to deal with. Let's get these skirmishers forward, and more of our reinforcements are coming in, and they're coming in behind our lines, making our lives easier. Because soon Scales would break. We are now also receiving some much needed artillery support. We are going to send that into our center. These 10-pounders should then be able to shell the flank down here. And I want to figure out what the enemy has behind their lines, but now this day of fighting is over. And as it looks like, we are now trying to push with our left flank. And the Confederates try to hold our advance with 11,800 soldiers and 37 men. But of course, they are going to have a very good defensive ground. But I think this should be it for now. I thank you all for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.